Secretary Delphine Lorenzana, Undersecretary Ricardo Halad, Ndiame Diop, Country Director of the World Bank, Governor Daquila Carlo Chua, Governor Presbitero Velasco, Mayor Evelio Leonardia, Congresswoman Lucy Torres Gomez, and Mayor Maria Isabel Climaco. Fellow Filipinos, good afternoon to all of you. Post-disaster rehabilitation and recovery are essential given the Philippines' geography and increasing intensity of calamities. In October 2020, the Philippine Statistics Authority reported the damages incurred due to natural extreme events and disasters from 2010 to 2019 amounted to some 463 billion pesos. Typhoons Pedring in 2011, Pablo in 2012, Yolanda in 2013, Glenda in 2014, Lando in 2015, and Ompong in 2018 were among the most destructive typhoons ever recorded. The year 2020 started with the eruption of Taal volcano that cost the economy at least 8.4 billion pesos and ended with consecutive typhoons, Quinta, Rolly, and Ulysses, and accompanying floods, which cost the country some 105 billion pesos worth of damages and losses. Just last February 16, 2021, the Batangas provincial government, upon the recommendation of the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, had to evacuate people close to Taal volcano because of the observed increase in tremors and activities in the main crater lake. Aggravating the impact of this natural disaster is the COVID-19 pandemic. The community lockdowns that had to be imposed to slow down the spread of the virus and strengthen the healthcare system disrupted majority of our economic activities. All of these led to a negative 9.5% gross domestic product or GDP growth rate in 2020, the lowest since 1947. These disasters and emergencies have led to billions worth of government resources being spent for cash assistance, rehabilitation, and reconstruction efforts, which could have been spent for other programs to improve the lives of our fellow citizens and promote a more sustainable development. Beyond this, they have resulted in the irreversible loss of lives and livelihood. As the country's Socio-Economic Planning Agency and NDRRMC Vice Chair for Disaster Rehabilitation and Recovery, NEDA has been working and strongly advocating for more investment in disaster risk reduction programs. We need to strengthen pre-disaster planning, particularly disaster mitigation and preparedness. Proper planning is key to guide the recovery efforts and to build more resilient communities through improved structures, services, and governance. Furthermore, proper planning will ensure the identification of appropriate interventions with a coherent framework and basis for budget allocations. This is why we formulated the NEDA Rehabilitation and Recovery Planning Guide, which was adopted by the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council in 2019. It serves as a guide for national government agencies and local government units rebuilding affected localities to minimize the impact of future disasters. It adopts the principle of Build Back Better that entails not only restoring communities to their pre-disaster conditions, but also developing more resilient physical and social infrastructure. The guide builds on the lessons learned from Typhoon Yolanda and the Marawi siege and other disasters that affected the country. We do not want to repeat our mistakes, so we have to put emphasis on preparedness activities and best practices that will expedite the planning process and facilitate quick implementation programs. LGUs are at the forefront of any recovery and rebuilding initiative. I encourage LGUs to adopt and institutionalize this training program. Next year, when you start to have larger shares in our national budget, you will be able to allot more budget and resources for post-disaster recovery programs and activities. Thank you very much to the Office of Civil Defense who organized the Ready to Rebuild training program and resources media launch with the assistance of the World Bank. We hope that through this training program, the NEDA's Disaster Rehabilitation and Recovery Planning Guide would not only serve as a reference for capacity building, but also aid our agencies and LGUs in taking steps towards disaster resiliency. It has been over a year since COVID-19 entered our shores. We have implemented the necessary measures to help ease the situation of the vulnerable, strengthen our healthcare system, and jumpstart our economy. We are now on the path to recovery. I call on our partners, particularly the LGUs, to help build confidence of your constituents in the efforts of the government and the business sector. We must work together to achieve our goal of a healthy, resilient, and safe Philippines. Thank you.